I come from people who endured, not just survived, endured, and built something while they endured. Yeah. I come from people who endured the crossing and the chain. I come from people who endured the hurricane of every system built to make them less than what they were. I come from people who endured, and the blur of the generations didn't erase the knowledge they passed down. I come from people who endured, and the crown of their endurance is the fact that I am standing here today. I come from people who endured, and what they say to me is everything. When the present gets heavy, I remember the way they carried. I come from people who endured and are married. Strength of their survival is in my blood and my hands and my garden. I come from people who endured and built beauty from the difficult. I come from people who endured, and the most significant inheritance they left me isn't in any will. I come from people who endured, and the enduring skill runs through me still. I come from people who endured the drought and kept on planting. I come from people who endured the systematic dismantling of everything they built and then rebuilt without complaint. I come from people who endured, and the saint and the sinner both survived in the lineage I carry. I come from people who endured, and the primary gift they gave me was the knowledge that the endurable is broad. I come from people who endured, and the rod of their resilience is the spine I walk with. The herb connects me to the ceremonies they perform. I come from people who endured, and the smoke and the warm evening ritual is its own act of remembering. I come from people who endured everything. I come from people who endured, and I carry that forward. I come from people who endured, and the sword of the daily difficulty cuts less deep when I remember. I come from people who endured through December and January and every month of every year of heart. I come from people who endured, and the guard I keep around the knowledge of that lineage is fierce. I come from people who endured, and it pierces the present difficulty open. I come from people who endured and built beauty from the difficult. I come from people who endured, and the most significant inheritance they left me isn't in any will. I come from people who endured, and the enduring skill runs through me still. I come from people who endured, yeah, and so do I. I come from people who endured. I carry them forward every day.
I know what I'm not, and knowing that you're not is the beginning of knowing what you are. Yeah. I know what I'm not, and the knowing has been liberating. I know what I'm not, and the years of the debating. Every choice against the model of who I was supposed to be. I know what I'm not, and the free version of the self began with eliminating the wrong answers. I know what I'm not, and the dancers on the stage, I was never built for clear the stage for mine. I know what I'm not, and the fine art of the subtraction reveals what remains. I spent years trying to be what the world thought I should be. I know what I'm not, and the freedom that came with knowing was the whole inheritance. I know what I'm not, and the knowing left room for the actual self. I know what I'm not, and the vacuum of the eliminated was filled with something true. I know what I'm not, and what I am became clearer the moment I knew. I know what I'm not in the garden where I'm most myself. I know what I'm not in the shelf of the identities the world offered didn't fit right. I know what I'm not in the low light of the evening with the smoke and the actual present. I know what I'm not in the pleasant discovery that what remains is enough is everything. I know what I'm not in the offering of the real self feels like relief. The plant knows what it is and what it isn't. I know what I'm not, and the wisdom is in the same clarity the plant demonstrates in the growing toward its own particular light. I know what I'm not when the comparison arrives uninvited. I know what I'm not, and the invited pressure to become someone else's vision of the better. I know what I'm not, and the letter I write to the younger version who didn't know yet. I know what I'm not, and the most honest asset I carry into every room is the confidence of the defined. I know what I'm not, and the mind's settled once it had that answer. I know what I'm not, and the no one left room for the actual self. I know what I'm not, and the vacuum of the eliminated was filled with something true. I know what I'm not, and what I am became clearer the moment I knew. I know what I'm not, yeah, and that's enough. I know what I'm not, the rest is who I actually am. The garden knows my real name, not the one on the phone. My real name, the one I answer to when nobody's watching. Yeah. The garden knows my real name better than the credential. The garden knows my real name and the existential question of who I am outside the role and the title. The garden knows my real name and the vital truth truth of the self below the performance lives in the soil. The garden knows my real name through every toil and every successful season and every failed run. The garden knows my real name, not the one the world uses to fire me in the grow room. I'm not the resume. The garden knows my real name, and that's the truest view anyone has offered me of who I actually am. The garden knows my real name, the growing up the title. The garden knows my real name, and the recital of the credentials doesn't reach here through the grow room door. The garden knows my real name, and the name it knows me for is enough. The garden knows my real name in the 40 days of tending. The garden knows my real name in the never-ending conversation between the plant and the attention I provide. The garden knows my real name, and I've cried in the grow room when nobody was watching in the plant. The garden knows my real name, and I can't hide the whole self from the 40 days of showing up. The garden knows my real name, and the cup of the real is what it offers back. Jah knows the name beneath the name. The garden knows my real name, and the same recognition lives in the smoke that rises from what I grew. The garden knows my real name is the grower and the heal. The garden knows my real name and the revealed identity below the managed and the presented. The garden knows my real name, and the minted version of myself the world receives is not the whole. The garden knows my real name, and the soul that shows up through the 40 days is the complete one. The garden knows my real name, and the meeting of the known self is the whole point of the practice. The garden knows my real name, the growing up the title. The garden knows my real name, and the recital of the credentials doesn't reach here through the grow room door. The garden knows my real name, and the name it knows me for is enough. The garden knows my real name, yeah. The real one. The garden knows, and that's enough to be known. Where I come from doesn't limit where I'm going, yeah. The roots are the launching pad, not the ceiling. Where I come from doesn't limit where I'm going, and the growing knowledge of the distance I can travel from the start. Where I come from doesn't limit where I'm going, and the art of becoming more than the address on the birth certificate. Where I come from doesn't limit where I'm going, and the legitimate claim I have on any destination I choose to move toward. Where I come from doesn't limit where I'm going, and the board of the possible has no fence I didn't build myself. They tried to tell me the origin was the destination. Where I come from doesn't limit where I'm going, and the navigation was always mine to say. Where I come from doesn't limit where I'm going. The roots grow deep, not to hold me, but to feed me for the journey
before someone in the line walked it first. Where I come from doesn't limit where I'm going, and the thirst for what's beyond was inherited. The tree grows up from the same roots that hold it. Where I come from doesn't limit where I'm going, and the forest grows toward the light, not toward the soil. The roots are the fuel, not the boundary. Where I come from doesn't limit where I'm going in the smoke tonight. Where I come from doesn't limit where I'm going in the low light of the room where I plan the next year of the life I'm building. Where I come from doesn't limit where I'm going, and the killing of the origin which shame was the first lie I stopped believing. Where I come from doesn't limit where I'm going, and the leaving of that particular limit was the freedom of the decade. Where I come from doesn't limit where I'm going, and the made life is mine to author. Where I come from doesn't limit where I'm going. The roots grow deep, not to hold me, but to feed me for the journey ahead. Where I come from doesn't limit where I'm going, and the direction I head is mine to choose. Where I come from doesn't limit where I'm going, yeah. The roots feed the journey, they don't end it.
I'd like you to meet the version of me that survived, not the version before the difficulty. This one, the one the difficulty made. Yeah. The version of me that survived knows things the other didn't. The version of me that survived, and the grid and the map of what's survivable expanded through the years. The version of me that survived through the tears, and the public and the private kinds of falling. The version of me that survived, and the calling that the difficulty put on the character to grow beyond itself. The version of me that survived took everything off the shelf and found out what was essential. I used to be embarrassed by how much I'd been through. The version of me that survived, and the view I have now is that the surviving made something real. The version of me that survived is more valuable than the version before. The version of me that survived walked through every door. The comfortable version was too afraid to open. The version of me that survived, and the most honest token of that survival is right here. The version of me that survived the year the world contracted. The version of me that survived and the extracted parts of the false self that the difficulty burned away. The version of me that survived, and the clay of the character was pressed into a different shape. The version of me that survived, and the drape of the authentic over the performed is what the audience gave. The version of me that survived, and the cave of the lowest point was the studio. The herb was beside me when the surviving was happening. The version of me that survived, and the gathering of the self from the scattered pieces of the
survived is who I introduce now. The version of me that survived and the vow I made to honor what it took to get here is the practice. The version of me that survived and the sacred acts of this evening ritual are the honoring of the road it took. The version of me that survived and the book of the life is written by this version, not the former. The version of me that survived and the former is respected and released. The version of me that survived is more valuable than the version before. The version of me that survived walked through every door. The comfortable version was too afraid to open. The version of me that survived and the most honest token of that survival is right here. The version of me that survived, yeah, this one, the one that made it. The version that survived is here and grateful. Built different, not better. There's a difference, yeah. Built different, not better. Just mine. Built different, not better, and the different took decades to accept. Built different, not better, and the years that I spent trying to fit the shape of what the world decided was the standard. Built different, not better, and the candid admission that I was never going to fit that particular mold. Built different, not better, and the old version of the shame about the difference is the lie I'm done believing. Built different, not better, and the leaving of that particular story freed up everything. The world says the standard like it's the goal. Built different, not better, and the most old version of myself was always in the different, not the fit. Built different, not better, just built for what I'm built for. Built different, not better, and the particular kind of war I fought to get here was the one worth fighting. Built different, not better, and the finally accepting of my own particular shape. Built different, not better, in the garden where I'm most myself. Built different, not better, and the shelf of the standard issue lives didn't have the right fit. Built different, not better, and I submit to the evidence that the life that fits me is the one I'm in. Built different, not better, and the beginning of the acceptance was the greatest liberation of the decade. Built different, not better, and the trade of the standard for the actual was worth everything. Every plant is built for its own particular light. Built different, not better, and the garden's delight is in the variety, not the sameness. Every strain different, every harvest different. Built different is the whole point. Built different, not better, in the way I move through the world. Built different, not better, and the flag unfurled of the authentic over the conforming is the daily practice. Built different, not better, and the sacred acts of this evening with the smoke and the low light and the actual self. Built different, not better, and the shelf life of the performed has expired in this room tonight. Built different, not better, and the right version of myself is the one I actually am. Built different, not better, just built for what I'm built for. Built different, not better, and the particular kind of war I fought to get here was the
community kept me alive, not a metaphor. Actually kept me alive, yeah. In the years when I was going under, my community kept me alive. In the year I didn't ask for help, my community kept me alive. And the wealth of the showing up without an invitation was everything. My community kept me alive. And the offering of the presence when the presence was the only currency. My community kept me alive. And the urgency that never declared itself as urgency was the whole gift. My community kept me alive. And the lift of being known and not abandoned. I used to believe the individual was the whole story. My community kept me alive. And the glory of this survival was never mine alone, it was the village. My community kept me alive when I forgot my own name. My community kept me alive through the difficulty and the shame of the years I spent pretending I was fine to everyone. My community kept me alive. And what they've done lives in my chest as debt I'm paying forward. My community kept me alive. And the smoke circle taught me first. My community kept me alive. And the worst of the isolation was broken by the ritual of the share. My community kept me alive. And the cared for feeling that the circle of the trusted few provided. My community kept me alive. And the guided return to the self, to the company of the known. My community kept me alive. And the grown network of the genuine is the real wealth. No man survives alone, regardless of the story told. My community kept me alive. And the old wisdom of the village is the truest economics. My community kept me alive. And the promise I made is to be part of someone else's survival. My community kept me alive. And I'm the bridge now. My community kept me alive. And the how of the paying it forward is the practice of the daily. My community kept me alive. And the gaily given time and presence that I offer without accounting. My community kept me alive. And the mounting gratitude that has no adequate expression. My community kept me alive. And the lesson is in the living of it now. My community kept me alive when I forgot my own name. My community kept me alive through the difficulty and the shame of the years I spent pretending I was fine to everyone. My community kept me alive. And what they've done lives in my chest as debt I'm paying forward. My community kept me alive. I owe them everything. My community kept me alive. I'm paying it forward, always, always. Roots don't lie. The surface changes, but the roots don't lie. Yeah. Roots don't lie about the quality of what grows above. Roots don't lie about the depth of the actual love, or the actual indifference of what a person is at the core. Roots don't lie, and the surface can ignore what lives below, but the root always knows the truth. Roots don't lie, and the proof is in the season when the surface things all fall away. Roots don't lie, and what remains at the end of the day is the root material. I've seen people maintain a surface for years that the roots didn't support. Roots don't lie, and eventually the court of the actual difficulty reveals the root that was always there. Roots don't lie, the harvest tells the truth about the growth. Roots don't lie, and the things we don't want to know about ourselves are already written there. Roots don't lie, and the most courageous prayer is asking to see them honestly. Roots don't lie in the garden or in life. Roots don't lie in the strife that reveal the root of the person I had been. Roots don't lie, and I've seen the root of my own fear and my own pattern and my own. Roots don't lie, and the grown understanding of the self begins in root examination. Roots don't lie, and the most honest foundation is the willingness to look. The plant communicates through the root before the leaf. Roots don't lie, and the relief of knowing your own root honestly is the beginning of growing something true. Roots don't lie in the community I built and in the smoke. Roots don't lie in the evening and the word I spoke or didn't speak, and both kinds tell the root story. Roots don't lie, and the glory of the life I want to live begins with the honest root. Roots don't lie, and the fruit of the examined life is the only harvest worth the grow. Roots don't lie, and the most important thing I've come to know. Roots don't lie, the harvest tells the truth about the growth. Roots don't lie, and the things we don't want to know about ourselves are already written there. Roots don't lie, and the most courageous prayer is asking to see them honestly. Roots don't lie, yeah, never did. Roots don't lie, the garden confirms it every season. There are thoughts that only come at 2 a.m. Thoughts that wait for the city to get quiet, yeah. The 2 a.m. thoughts are the honest ones. The thoughts that only come at 2 a.m. in the smoke. The thoughts that only come at 2 a.m. when the cloak of the daily performance has finally been put down. The thoughts that only come at 2 a.m. and the sound of the city gets distant enough for the real ones to speak. The thoughts that only come at 2 a.m. and the peak of the honesty arrives when there's nobody to come at 2 a.m. And what's more true than anything the daytime offered, I used to distract myself right past these thoughts, the thoughts that only come at 2 a.m. And the cards, breath of recognition, when they finally land, the thoughts that only come at 2 a.m. are the ones worth listening to. The thoughts that only come at 2 a.m. know the most accurate truth about who I am and what I actually want. The thoughts that only come at 2 a.m. are the most important font of self-knowledge I have. The thoughts that only come at 2 a.m. about the person I haven't called. The thoughts that only come at 2 a.m. about the installed habit of avoidance that the busy kept convenient. The thoughts that only come at 2 a.m. and the lenient self I've given in the daylight hours gets examined. The thoughts that only come at 2 a.m. and the famine of the honest self-accounting in the managed day. The thoughts that only come at 2 a.m. and they say exactly what needs saying, just speaks through the quiet. The thoughts that only come at 2 a.m. are the riot of the truth that the noise was keeping under, until 2 a.m. when the thunder of the honest finally arrives. The thoughts that only come at 2 a.m. about the life I'm building. The thoughts that only come at 2 a.m. and the gilding of the difficult truth in the easier daylight version. The thoughts that only come at 2 a.m. and the version of the future that I actually want versus the one I'm living. The thoughts that only come at 2 a.m. and the giving of attention to these thoughts instead of a distraction. The thoughts that only come at 2 a.m. is the action of the honest self-examination. The thoughts that only come at 2 a.m. are the ones worth listening to. The thoughts that only come at 2 a.m. know the most accurate truth about who I am and what I actually want. The thoughts that only come at 2 a.m. are the most important font of self-knowledge I have. The thoughts that only come at 2 a.m. Yeah, listen to them. The thoughts that only come at 2 a.m. The honest ones, always at 2 a.m. My name means something to me, and to the ones who came before me. My name means something, yeah. My name means something, has the credential and the title. My name means something in the survival and the vital. Thread of the identity the years have tried to test. My name means something, not to pass the test of the external validation, but the inner knowing. My name means something in the garden that I'm growing, in the way I move through the difficulty of the day. My name means something in the particular way I choose to carry it. They tried to reduce me to a number in their system. My name means something, and the wisdom of the ones who gave it lives inside the letters that I answer to. My name means something built from what came before. My name means something earned through every door I had to break or find the key for, or walk around children I might raise. My name means something through the difficult and the haze of the years that tried to make me less than what I know I am. My name means something, and the program of the word that assigns the value based and the visible. My name means something in the most indivisible part of the self that the system never reaches. My name means something, and it teaches its own lesson every day. The ancestors survived to pass a name forward. My name means something, and the reward of carrying it honestly is the inheritance I leave behind for the ones who follow. My name means something in the smoke of the evening prayer. My name means something in the rare moments when I fully inhabit who I actually am. My name means something past the Instagram and the performance and the presented on the show. My name means something in the garden I have grown, in the person I've become through the chosen and the hard. My name means something, and I guard that meaning with everything I have. My name means something built from what came before. My name means something earned through every door I had to break or find the key for or walk around. My name means something, and the most honest ground I stand on is knowing this. My name means something, yeah, to me. My name means something, and I carry it like I mean it.